You guys know what time it is. Get strapped in and ready for some good times. This is the Blowed Out Podcast. What's up, everybody? It's your favorite fatty with a natty coming at you for this 20... Oh, Lord. I don't even know. 20... Goddamn ice maker. Anyhow, 20-something episode here at the Blowed Out Podcast. We're going to try a little something new. This is nothing new by any means, but it's new for us. So we're going to try tasting oddball stuff. All right, kids. So this time, audio might be a little bit funky, but we're going to try a couple of treats from Ocean Mart.
Strawberry Suncoat.
Now keep in mind, I went mild. I'm not ready for the hardcore stuff just yet, so it's not surströmming. But we have one thing that Google, apparently, I didn't know this until today. You can take a picture of this package that says, that's what it says. And it's literally just gibberish. And according to one phone, it says Strawberry Suncoat with chips. Very happy with chocolate. Whatever the hell that means. Okay, and then if you do it on another phone, it says Ichico's Thunder. Very happy with strawberries and chocolate with chip. Okay, so we're going to try that one first, I guess. All right, and to help, Adeline is going to help me with this since Matt is not available and DJ has apparently not willing to play, or is apparently not willing to play. So this is Ichico's Thunder, very happy with strawberry and chocolate with chip. All right, here we go.
You get to start.
Oh, I get first bite?
Uh-huh.
Now, it smells good. This one smells good. It smells like strawberry. It has what appears to be chocolate. It looks like a, I don't know.
Bumpy Kit Kat.
Yeah, it looks like a bumpy Kit Kat or like a granola bar maybe. So here we go. This one I'm not scared of at all. It smells fine. Okay. Oh, yeah. See, that one's fine. It's crunchy. It's like a, I don't know.
It reminds me of a Pocky.
Kind of. You know, it's got like some cake stuff in the middle. Like crunchy cake stuff. The strawberry is really overpowering, but
No bad.
now the one that I am terrified of, so that one's not bad. Yeah, Ichico's Thunder, whatever, with strawberry and chip is not bad. They're on sale for 79 cents because nobody else wants them either. Another one I'm terrified of is the Japanese-style brown sugar mochi. These things look like my balls after I've been camping for 3 days. I'm mildly terrified of these ones. And apparently I'm one of the few people on Earth that doesn't know what mochi is. Because my kids just looked at me like I was crazy, but oh yeah, look at those things. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, these aren't going to be good. Like I said, they look like...
Yeah, it smells like boa.
Oh, they look like...
Yeah, I think you should.
Damn it, I don't know how I feel about this one. I feel like I said, they look like your balls after you've been camping for 3 days out in the dirt and shit.
It doesn't have too much on it.
Oh, God. Stop touching it. Oh, I don't know. The smell? The smell's not good.
Take it.
All right, here we go. And I will post pictures of this, guys. This is a brown sugar mochi, apparently. Oh, god damn it.
Here's this if you want to spit it out.
Oh, it feels like...
I don't want to bite it.
it feels just like it looks. Feels like a testicle,
Wow.
if I'm being honest.
I didn't
You know what?
that.
Don't be scared. Here we go.
I am
Going
scared.
for it.
Oh.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Mm. Oh, shit. Mm. Oh, God. Oh, that is fucking terrible.
Try it?
No. God, no.
I'm gonna go get my drink.
Oh, God. That is not brown sugar, first of all. That is camp and dirt. Oh, the texture.
The face.
God damn it. I hate to cuss so much this early in an episode. Ugh. Oh, I choked it down, but I don't know about you guys, but I have a thing with, like, I don't know. Adeline loves, like, the squishy ball things and, like, the, you know, like the gummy hand shit, all the little shit out of the vending machines. That's the texture. The texture is oh God. The texture is like a gummy worm that they pulled out too soon. So it's like, ew, it's squishy. It's not good. I don't know what the hell mochi is, but it's not good. I knew it wasn't going to be good. Because I think it's like red bean curd or some shit. No, I'm not finishing yours.
I think you want it.
Oh, hey, stop getting it everywhere. Oh, and then the camp dirt just falls off the testicle. Oh, God. Okay, no. God. Ooh.
I spit mine out.
Holy schnitzel.
We should have gotten this stuff.
Oh, well, we're going to do it again. So now, Adeline's one with a small bite out of it just looks like a curled up turd in the tray. And there's 6 of them, so if you guys would like one. Oh, God, you're more than welcome to it. That's not brown sugar. Mm-mm. That's dirt.
Are you sure you don't want to try one?
It's like, oh, it's like Indian, like we've been camping on the shores of an Indian fishing village. And my balls were all sweaty, and then they just got caked in whatever that shit is on the outside.
Almost red mud.
Oh, yeah. No, you can finish the straw. I gotta wash that down with some vodka. Because it's not good. Oh, boy. All right, guys. Well, hey. I said the flavor. I mean, I can taste brown sugar once you get past the Indian fishing village dirt. And usually textures don't bother me. That's bad, bro. You gotta try one. Come on.
Hell no.
You have
The
a
beauty
drink.
of this segment is someone has to dry heave.
I think he already did when he smelled it.
Did.
He did when he smelled it.
Oh, it's like that's a jelly butthole ring. I don't like it.
Get
don't
back
like
to
it at
her for
all.
that.
It looks like a worn out prune.
Oh, God. Oh, apparently you can turn it inside out.
And it looks like a ball.
What sound?
Oh, God, I don't know what... All right, you know what? The mochi, guys, the mochi's not good. Like I said, the flavor...
God.
It's moldable. We're going to have to pause just to clean up all the Indian fishing village dirt from the Easter Jesus' testicle. Oh, it's not good. And I don't even like to use that reference because my daughter was helping. Oh, God. All right. Steer clear of the mochi, guys. I don't know. Unless you're one of those weird people that like boba.
Yeah.
Because that shit's gross as hell, too.
The popping one's good, though.
Boo. Don't get that mess all over the floor. All right, we're going to pause and clean up this mess. Steer clear of the mochi. Well, at least for this round of tasting garbage shit on the podcast, that went pretty much exactly how I anticipated it. The audio was janky, and I apologize for that, and it got dragged out way too long, but it was fun, and we will continue to evolve it from there. So, I feel like it was a win. Again, no mochi for the win. Now, on that same note, if you guys have something in particular you'd like us to try, or me, now I have to preface that, I guess, with I don't generally, I get grossed out, but if you can actually get me to dry heave, that's something special. So that's going to be the ticket, is if anyone can come up with something, which I'm certain there are lots of things out there that will. That's kind of the goal. Now, bear in mind, Jake and Matt and Ryan and DJ and some of the others, or all of the others, will be much easier to get to dry heave. So I'm pretty excited. I want some garbage ass stuff that, hell, half of it I will think is good. I don't know if I've ever told you guys, or I can't remember, but Matt and I, when we were youngins, like teenagers, not early teens, mid-teens, 16, 17 maybe, 15, 16, something like that. We went to Lagoon, and for those of you who don't know what Lagoon is, that is our one and only amusement park here in Utah. Making money hand over fist because they know we don't have any options. So it's like $140 a day now to go to Lagoon. And it's okay. It's a good time. I mean, they have a lot of good stuff. But it's always, never mind. The price is, I was going to go off on a tangent there, but it's always baffled me. But they know we don't have a choice. So back in the day, we went to Lagoon for one of my kid sisters, Nicole's birthday. And Matt and I decided back in the day, their big, like attraction roller coaster was the Colossus. And it's a double loop-de-loop. By today's standards, it's nothing. But back then, it was something. So we decided to pound a couple of chili cheese dogs at the little food court thing, and then run over there as fast as possible and ride the Colossus until one of us puked. Like at the bottom of the second loop, they used to take pictures of you, and you could run over to the little booth after you got off the ride and see your picture. So the bet was who could get like beans and weens chunking up in the picture. Well, unfortunately, neither of us succumbed to the bean ween picture challenge. But that's kind of the point, is I like food. And we both like food. Clearly, it just sticks to my bones, and I don't work 900 hours a week like a fiend. But needless to say, neither of us puked, or even dry heat for that matter, or even came close. So now this is kind of a carryover to that. Now it's time to start getting some, like surströmming or, I don't know, crazy stuff. There's crazy stuff all over this planet. Hell, all over the state and the country, let alone the planet. So if you guys have something, something you'd like us to try or something you want to send to us, shit, it's game on. I'm in to try it. Granted, I don't necessarily know if I want, like a hometown reused pickle jar of your grandpa's toenails or something, but like if it's an actual product, let's do it. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. We'll get all the boys in on it. Jake and Justin will dry heave just thinking about it. It's going to be a good time. The second part of that was that, yes, I know I apologize too much. I've been yelled at for it before. But I feel bad when the audio is janky and you can hear shit like this. Yeah, I can hear it. I can hear it through the headphones because I still haven't taken, because we're still not actually in a studio, so I'm sitting at my kitchen counter and you can hear the springs on the microphone stand and all the dumb shit. And then, like this first part of this episode, changing up the new music. Holy gods. I know I've said it before, guys, but man, it is a lot of work to try and figure this shit out. I'm kind of like Mongo. I pick shit up and put shit down. The computer stuff sometimes really throws me for a loop. So, hosting, producing, engineering, and all of the above sometimes kicks my ass. So I feel, it's just my personality, I feel like I should apologize. So, I'm sorry, Shane, mostly, for apologizing. But Dean, on the other hand, has reassured me it's just growing pains. So, again, I appreciate all you guys. And I don't know who just picked up in Austin, but welcome to the show and thank you for the listen. Now, let's get on to some more business. That business, at least for a moment. I know I've told you guys that I am now living in a townhouse, which doesn't necessarily suit me. I don't mind the townhouse, but the communal thing, man, I'm still struggling. Even after a year and, damn near a year and a half. My God. I don't like stuff going on that I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but for instance, I went outside a little bit ago to put another nail in my coffin, and I couldn't figure out what the hell. The dog kind of went nuts, and I was trying to figure out what the noise was. It's 10 o'clock, so about, I don't know. Took my glasses off, so now I can't see how long ago that was. Half hour, 45 minutes ago. It was about 10 o'clock my time. So it's dark. My porch light is on because that's the type of guy I am. But there's not a bunch of other light around. There's no parking lot lights. There's, the only light is anyone that is smart enough to leave their porch light on because, I don't know, our cars are out there and stuff happens. But I hear a noise and the dog is kind of wigging out. And I'm thinking, what in the hell is that noise? And I realize that it's like frickin' White Tyson or, Jake Paul's skinnier, stupider brother 4 or 5 doors down that's out in front of his townhouse jump roping like the goddamn Vasa at 10 o'clock at night. but it's dark. So all you hear is like, what in the mother of God? Guys, I get it. I am nowhere near in shape. I am A shape, but I'm not in shape. However, there was once upon a time that I lifted a lot, all the time. Like, power lifted, if you will. And one of the things that I know to be true, regardless of whatever fitness level you think you are in or at, you don't like boxer, CrossFit jump rope at 10 o'clock at night. I mean, you can if you're up all night, but typically you would want to do those types of activities in the morning, or at least several hours, if not many, before you go to sleep. Otherwise, as most of you don't need to be a rocket scientist to know, your body will want to continue that level of activity. So I hear this clown over there just in the dark, just maybe I live next to Jake Paul or some other clown. I don't know, but the shit weirds me out, and I don't understand why. And that's obviously not the only thing. I know I've told you guys other things, but like, it's communal living. I mean, not necessarily communal, but where we all have to live right next to each other in the same, outdoor space, and we share walls and things that I don't like any more than anyone else. But what in the hell is wrong with people? Like, am I crazy for thinking this? Or have I just never lived anywhere that shared a wall? Which, both things are probably true. I have never lived in an apartment or a townhouse. I know I've told you guys, I bought my first house when I was 23. And up until now, this is the first time I've ever lived sharing walls with anyone since I lived in my mom's house, sharing walls with my sisters and my mom. I don't get it. This shit is ludicrous, between people acting a fool in the parking lot, to people jump roping, to dogs, and people hammering shit into their walls at all hours of the day. I don't get it. And oh my God. I figured I'd say that. Like I said, I've probably said it before, and I apologize, but that happened to be on my mind at the moment. So there you go. You guys know that this show isn't necessarily about anything. It's literally me talking to you guys just for something, This is to the guys in the backhoes and the track hose, or, an X-hoe. This is for anyone who just wants to basically to shoot the shit and talk about some stuff and listen to some stuff to just help drown out the day, and I hope it does that. I obviously, sooner or later, I will have other guests, but it's, again, the premise, so we could be talking about anything at any given time, and I hope you enjoy it. Now, regardless of whether you're building a jet engine or mopping the shitter in a, airbag facility, or doing any number of other godforsaken tasks that we have to do to make money, the one thing I think we can all agree on is, A, we like to have fun, have a good time, and we all, I think, can get behind some of the political garbage that's going on, or even global garbage, if we should be so bold. I generally, try and reserve myself to some of that, but gas is now back up to almost $4 a gallon, as you all know, and some of you much more than that, and I am sorry for that, even though it's not my fault, and I wish I could help, but I can't. So there's a lot of garbage going on that we all have to agree upon. And it's not good. But you know what we can do? We can go shooting. Christ. I realize that just made me sound like I'm on a list. And I probably am. And that's fine. Because the shooting I'm talking about is either targets, non-moving targets, unless you're talking about trap or skeet, sporting clays, if you will. My birthday's coming up here on Monday. Whew. God, really? Is it? Holy shit, 5 days away, y'all. So we were talking about going out and blowing up some biodegradable clays over the weekend. If you guys want to go, let me know. Holler. Reach out. I realize that's going to be physically impossible for a lot of people, but we were talking about blowing some stuff up on Saturday, which is always a great time. And we are by no means pros, but we have a great time, and we do what we do, and that's all that matters. So we got a real fancy thrower. Matt, has a real fancy thrower. And we go out and we have a hell of a good time. We'll go out in the desert or up in the mountains, which obviously won't be happening this Saturday as far as mountains go, but let's go blow some stuff up. Let's have fun. We could head out to the desert, or hell, we may just end up at a good Brazilian all-you-can-eat joint, or a Mongolian all-you-can-eat. You just never know. So, figured I'd throw it out there. Again, for those listening around the globe, that's probably not an option, but just so you know, the invite is extended. I love you. Now, that being said, did trigger one of the things I wanted to touch upon. So I'm sure a lot of you, or at least some of you, have heard about the Utah Utes women's basketball team going to the playoffs. I don't know if it's NCAA, apologize, or sorry for my ignorance if that's not what it is, but I assume, or I think that's what it is, some sort of women's college playoffs. And I don't know, somewhere in Washington, I again assume. But so they decided it would be a good idea to get a hotel room in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Now, for those of you who don't know anything about Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, that would seem fairly innocent. For those of you in Coeur d'Alene, that probably seems like a so what. Unfortunately, for the rest of us, that seems like a why the hell would you go to Coeur d'Alene? Again, for those of you who don't know, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho is pretty much the contiguous U.S. mecca for white supremacy. And I could be wrong. There could be places that are more prominent in this area, but for many, many years now, well, I don't know, since Ruby Ridge, Google that if you need to, but it has been a well-known fact that Coeur d'Alene, Idaho kind of is a mecca for white supremacy and, I don't know, folks like the Proud Boys and militia groups, any types of these sorts of folks, which I'm not bashing. So don't come after me, Proud Boys or anyone else. I don't care what you do. I like guns too. But that is where our similarities end, I assure you. However, so in my mind, So the Utah Utes women's basketball team gets a hotel room there. And of course, Coeur d'Alene is not a big town in the very most northern tip of Idaho. So everybody knows, which, again, not a big deal. So what? Well, they go to dinner, apparently, or allegedly, as a team to, I don't know, probably Denny's, maybe, or some local joint for dinner. And then they head back to their hotel room, at which point, allegedly or apparently, some locals garnishing Confederate flags and rolled through the parking lot of the hotel or the restaurant or, I think the restaurant and the hotel were right across from each other, so they were heading back to the hotel via the parking lot. And these folks allegedly pulled through the parking lot screaming obscenities and racial slurs at the diverse, diverse women that were on this team. And I guess I probably should have thought this through a little better as far as wording, but so they, obviously they felt, upset, first of all, but for whatever reason, apparently they felt threatened. My guess, and I'll go out on a limb here, and I could be wrong. I've been wrong once before. You guys know that. But I will go out on a limb and say that a couple, or perhaps many of them, have never left Utah. Certainly have not been exposed to small town, lots of places USA. So the things that were being yelled at them probably felt very threatening. And I'm not saying absolutely not saying it was right or okay, but when you go to somewhere known for its rampant affiliation, and again, I this has nothing to do with the actual town of Coeur d'Alene. Coeur d'Alene's beautiful. It's a wonderful, beautiful, amazing place. It just happens, the town of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, isn't racist. Some of the people that live on the outskirts of town may or may not be. So, again, I would venture to guess that half of these women, girls, ladies, probably have never been subjected to the kind of things they may or may not have been hearing, allegedly. But they felt so threatened by the actions of a few that they were forced to get back on the bus and take refuge in a hotel in nearby Washington. I forget the name of the city or town in Washington that they drove to get out of Coeur d'Alene. My question is, how, as a coach or a manager or whoever decided to get a hotel in Coeur d'Alene, unless you've been living under a rock or in a cave for a very long time, how did you not just think that the nearby town in Washington where you retreated to wasn't just a better option than taking a very diverse group of ladies to Coeur d'Alene? Like that blows my mind. That baffles me. Like, you know, I don't understand, because now they're regarding it as, oh my God, they cannot believe, you know, what happened and went down in Coeur d'Alene. Okay, I don't disagree, except I can believe it because I know what type of folk happen to hang out around those parts. And again, it's not all of them. I understand that. And I'm sorry to the people that do not feel that way, that happen to live in Coeur d'Alene or its surroundings. But again, unless you've been under a rock for a really long time, I wouldn't take, and this is just me, again, maybe I'm crazy, I wouldn't say, you know what is a fantastic place to take the Harlem Globetrotters and get a hotel room? Coeur d'Alene. I realize that is part of the problem with what some people would certainly call systemic racism. I don't. I do believe that racism absolutely exists. I have to worry about it. I have a half-black son. However, again, right, wrong, or indifferent, I would not take certain people to certain places because regardless of whether or not I think it's right, wrong, or indifferent, I know that that's going to be in that place. I've had it happen to me the other way around in certain parts of the Southeast. I have gone to a gas station to ask for directions and been told that I was not welcome there. And I needed to get my cracker ass back in the car and go back where I came from because I was in a part of town that was known to not cater to my kind. So how can you say that you were so blind as to think that you could take, and it's going to sound messed up. It already sounds messed up, but it's true. It wasn't my idea. It's not. None of this has anything to do with me. But, so, you know, it can only sound so messed up because it only sounds messed up when I say, why the hell would you do that? I'm smart enough to say that I wouldn't take a busload of black or Hispanic or Asian folks to somewhere like Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Just like I said, right, wrong, or indifferent. I don't agree with it, but I know better. I'm not a dumbass. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if maybe you guys haven't heard this or a lot of you guys haven't heard this, but how do you feel about that? Does that not just seem like common sense? Or is it just me? I don't know. That's one thing that's been bugging me for a minute because they keep making a big deal about it, and I just can't even fathom why they would even put those poor women in that position. Who was that dumb? Like, that's like saying, you know what? I have a tour of the Middle East coming up that I'm guiding. I am responsible. And all of the people on this tour are Jewish. So I have decided to get a hotel room in Palestine. Or, or it's, I don't know. Again, maybe I'm wrong. And maybe Palestine was the wrong answer. But I'm pretty sure. Again, this goes back to the whole common sense thing. Does logic no longer prevail? I really can't wrap my head around that part. Like, is it really rocket science? But you guys know, unfortunately, all of this goes back to, is it rocket science? The whole thing, is sending, $44 billion to Ukraine? Rocket science? All right, kids. Trigger warning. Just some fun facts. And in all fairness, I can't say, I believe I'm correct when I said 44 billion or whatever that number is. Because, of course, what I just found is old. But so here's the trigger. According to usafacts.org, the U.S. has given out over $3.75 trillion. That's money, kids, in foreign aid. That's money. That's not rice and water and, whatever. Not munitions, not Big Macs, not anything. That's money. This is cash, right? That we don't fucking have. Okay? So there's a fun fact about that. Between 1946 and 2021, the U.S. has spent an average of $49.4 billion each year. Now, you really want some gnarliness? Afghanistan received the most U.S. foreign aid in 2021, $1.5 billion. This was followed by Ethiopia, that got $1.4 billion, Jordan, $1.3 billion, Yemen, $1.1 billion, and South Sudan, $1 billion. Now, call me crazy, which a lot of you may or may not. Why in God's name, anyone's name, are we giving Yemen, Sudan, at least, there's more. So why in God's name are we giving Yemen $1 billion a year? Or Sudan? Those countries don't even like us. We're not even allies. So since World War II, $960 billion. Now granted, again, these numbers are 2021. So these are old numbers. Why in Christ? $960 billion. Over a quarter of all U.S. foreign aid has gone to 5 countries. Israel, $312 billion. You know why? I can tell you why. I don't know if you know why, but I know why. Because of Christianity. Yep, I said it. Because Jerusalem. Because the place where someone maybe... I can't even with this. Because the place in all the biblical stories is in Israel. That's why $312 billion. Christianity. South Vietnam, $184.5 billion. Egypt, $183.7 billion. Afghanistan, $158.9 billion. And South Korea, $120.7 billion. That's a lot of zeros, folks. That's a lot of zeros. And again, why? Why? Israel is at least an ally. Israel at least doesn't hate us. Like Afghanistan. Probably South Korea. Probably South Vietnam. Again, Christianity. Sorry. Hate to be the bearer of that news, but there it is. You know why also, and again, one fat man's opinion, you know why we gave South Vietnam a whole bunch of money? A shit ton, or continue, I don't know. Possibly. Continue. Because we blew a bunch of shit up. And that's why. We blew a bunch of shit up, and then we give them money that we do not possess to help rebuild their country. Same with Afghanistan. They hate us. They hate us, but we blew a bunch of their shit up, sticking our nose where it didn't belong, and so now we feel bad, and we're going to pay them money that we don't have. You know that we are currently borrowing $1 trillion a year. Sorry, I'm just doing some quick Googling here. You know how many zeros that is? 1 trillion. Do you know how that works? That is a hell of a lot of zeros. 10 to be exact. It's 1 million millions. Do you, you talk to any fiduciary or, money expert, analyst, whatever. They will flat out tell you that they can't even fathom 1 trillion. So I don't know how anyone else is supposed to, but we are currently borrowing, guys, $1 trillion a year because we're broke. We're broke as shit. And you want to take a bet who we're borrowing it from? Everyone would be the first answer. You all know who the second answer is, and it's not us. But we're literally borrowing this money from people, including ourselves, that we can't provide. However, we're providing it because everybody knows we're the big brother, right? That's our job. We have to take care of everybody except ourselves, right? Well, this poor country over here is in a bad way. We should give them some money. But we can't give our own people a damn gallon of gas that isn't almost $4. We should take care of all these folks. Aren't we nice? Meanwhile, we're just going to die from within. And I know I've said it before, and I'm sorry to repeat myself, but $1 trillion a year. I'm just letting that sink in for myself and you. $1 trillion is 1,000 billions. Can you even wrap your head around that? I can't. I mean, I can because I can do math, but 1,000 billions. And that's just 1 year. And we're turning around and giving it to every swinging dick on the planet that says they need it because, God forbid, we don't just reach out and help somebody. Which I don't disagree with. I disagree with it in this context. If I have something that I can help you with, I will gladly help you. I will absolutely help my fellow human. But if I don't have it, if you ask me for $5 and I ain't got $5 to give you, I'm going to tell you, sorry, I ain't got $5, bro. But apparently not us. And by us, you know who I mean, because it certainly isn't you and I. Oh, my God. I mean, I know it was bad, but I didn't know it was that bad. It's ugly. It's ugly as shit. And we just Washington just keeps shelling it out like we just shit it on a daily basis. You know, sadly, like always, we could do this on and on for hours and hours and hours and hours, but it is what it is. And I don't know how to stop that. I don't know how to change that. And I don't think anyone else does either. And this is the part, unfortunately, sorry, of the podcast where it just doesn't, it's not fun. And it's not, the podcast isn't fun, but the topic isn't fun. And I don't know what else to do. You know, there's a lot of folks who think that in, 200 and some odd days, it's going to be fixed. But is it? I don't believe that, and neither do you. Sorry, you don't. You or I or anyone might think that the next dude's going to get in there, depending on who you think that dude is going to be, or chick, sorry. Didn't mean to not be inclusive. It still isn't going to fix it. It may help. It may trend towards fixing, but it's not going to fix it. You know, at this point, 1,000 billions a year. And God knows how many years we've been doing that. Isn't going to get fixed in a year. It's not going to get fixed in 4 years. But what are we supposed to do? What is anyone supposed to do? at the moment, we're just supposed to suck it up and like it, apparently, right? We're just supposed to suck it up and take it. Us little folks who don't, have some grand global reach, or I don't have a $500 million contract, with Spotify or any of these other things. And I'm not faulting some of those people by any means. Hard work and perseverance goes a long ways, but when we're just the little dudes out here, busting our humps day in, day out, just to keep the damn lights on in our 1,600 square foot townhouse for an obscene amount of money a month. What is anyone supposed to do? I don't know, but I would definitely love to hear what you guys think about it. Again, I guess it is what it is. And for now, I'm going to stop rambling on that, because now that's all I can think about. So anyhow, I hope everybody's had fun. Hope it gives you something to think about. Shoot me an email, blowedoutpodcast@gmail.com. Hit me up on Facebook. My birthday is coming up in a few days. I'll probably try and squeeze another one in before then. We'll get some more crazy ass foods to try out and see if we can get somebody to dry heave or barf, and maybe go live, and we'll see what we can't do to have some fun. Like I said, if you guys want something, need something, have a thought, whatever, give me a shout. Holla. And in the meantime, hope everybody does whatever they can to stay safe and stay well. And I love you guys. We'll talk to you soon. Cheers.